here in the West, everything the media is telling us is that there are these mass protests happening across Iran. They're not focusing really at all on the demonstrations we're seeing that are challenging the terrorism that has happened, the violent riots that have happened on the ground. So will you take us through kind of what is happening there in Tehran and what you've seen on the streets?
Yeah, you're right. What we saw today was phenomenal. It was huge. Across the country, there were rallies in support of the Constitution, against the riots, against the violence, against the terrorism, against the police killing. They've killed over 100 police officers or officers of the law in the last 2 days. The numbers are huge, and people, they can go and check Press TV, and they have footage of the rallies and all. And it's not like in Tehran, it's everywhere. In all the cities. The real story was this, Rachel. The United States and its allies, they manipulated the currency 10 days ago and brought down the currency. I don't know, but I think it went down like 30 or 40% in a very short period of time. And then we had infiltration. And then suddenly we had these small teams across different cities and within big cities, in different parts of them, suddenly carrying out very violent acts, rioting, killing people, burning down buildings, burning tens of buses, public buses, tens of fire engines. They burned down clinics. They burned alive a woman nurse in a clinic. She escaped and went to the top floor. The whole building was burnt down. The whole clinic was burnt down. And this woman was trapped inside, a young nurse. They murdered someone from the Red Crescent. They murdered kids. They murdered... There's footage of them throwing Molotov cocktails at a mosque, and their little kids playing inside. And they shot at the police. They beheaded police officers. They burnt police officers alive. They smashed their faces with stones. These people are like ISIS. And then the West calls them peaceful protesters. Why do they hate Iran? Rachel, it's very easy. It's very simple. They've hated Iran for decades because Iran is independent and because Iran supports Palestine. And Iran is the only country that will support the Palestinians and make sacrifices. It's the only country. No one makes sacrifices for Palestine. No one. No country in the world that's why Iran is sanctioned. That's why Yemen is battered. That's why Hezbollah is bombed. It's all because of Palestine. So they would like to see Iran crumble, crushed, destroyed, beaten because of the Israeli regime. Their hatred for Iran is I think, unprecedented. And their dislike for Russia or China or Venezuela, I think none of them compare to their hatred for Iran, and that's because of Zionism. So ultimately, I think that the currency manipulation and these people who are obviously very well trained from beforehand, this was all a part of a project to show Iran as unstable and some brutal, barbaric crackdown taking place. Forget the terrorism and all that, and the police killing. And that would justify war. That would justify military. The whole objective, starting from the currency manipulation, was to make the case for war. Everyone would lose. The global economy would go down. But these people are Israel firsters. They don't care about the US economy, European economies, or the global economy. They care about the Israeli regime.